Mr. Secretary, in FY19, the Department of Transportation launched the Port Infrastructure Development Program. Since then, the department has distributed more than $2 billion to port authorities, tribal, state, and local governments and private companies. While 72% of those funds have gone to the West and East Coast, only 8% of those funds have gone to the Great Lakes ports over the last 5 years. I'm concerned that these funds are not being distributed in a regionally equitable manner. Given the concerning disparity, what should we in the Great Lakes region be telling our local communities?
Well, as you know, Representative, I'm myself a creature of the Great Lakes. I grew up in Indiana, live in Michigan, met my spouse in Chicago soon after he'd returned from Milwaukee, and I know how important those facilities are. I will say that while the dollar amounts can vary on our grants, especially when you consider the different size ports that we support, the Great Lakes ports characteristically have been punching above their weight, not just in the value they add to the American economy, but also in the last couple of rounds of the PIDP program. Now, that, of course, doesn't mean that every application was successful, but what I will say is that we recognize that America's supply chains and the importance of our ports isn't just about the well-publicized matter of the large container ships that are bearing down often on ports like LA and Long Beach, but the traffic that goes on, often bulk traffic that traverses the Great Lakes, and that we also, of course, support through our management of the U.S. side of the Great Lakes St. Lawrence Seaway, which links those to the Atlantic. And we're certainly happy to provide debriefs to any port that was hopeful of a grant recently is going to try to come back for another round. Again, noting that these ports have really demonstrated their often small but mighty character, both in our programs and just in their contributions to U.S. shipping.
Well, can you describe any actions your department has taken to ensure and improve the equitable distribution of federal grant assistance under the program?
Well, one thing I did was sat with the representatives of Great Lakes Ports, make sure that my staff and I had an opportunity to hear about the pride they rightfully take and the value they add, and to share some thoughts on how our programs are structured and how to make sure that they do well and continue to grow their share at a project-by-project or port-by-port level. Also would be happy to engage, and would note that our GLS administrator is himself a veteran of the Great Lakes Ports world, and we just see a ton of opportunity there.